Hi guys, welcome to this session. Let us start this session with a quote. Success is achieved twice. First time in your mind, second time in the real world. Have a dream, chase it. Students, in this session, we will learn something very weird. Let us ask few questions which are not common. Have we given a thought why the things the way they are? The answer is quite obvious. The question is also why should the things the change the things why the things are the way they are? It seems that we have taken many things granted without being curious. We have lost perhaps our curiosity and creativity as we grow older. So there are many wonderful phenomena happening around us. Say for example, when we step out of our house, we see the wonderful sky and the blue color of the sky, and there are clouds, white clouds. Now, this mesmerizes me. We have taken the things for granted. Why the sky is blue? Why it is not green in color? Why the clouds are white, absolutely white? And such questions will definitely bother the young minds. Now you might answer, because all these are simple questions. Why the sky appears blue? Because of scattering of light. You know that the shorter wavelength colors are scattered more than the longer colors, longer wavelength colors. Blue being a shorter wavelength out of the VIBGYOR, it is scattered more and therefore sky appears blue when the sunlight enters the atmosphere. When the sunlight enters the atmosphere, blue color scatters more compared to the red color or other colors. In fact, violet indigo colors are also scatters more as they are of shorter wavelength, but our eyes are sensitive to blue color and therefore the sky appears blue. Now, we should think further. We should think where others stop. Perhaps, if this is the question raised, why the sky appears blue, and if this is the answer given, the shorter wavelength colors are scattered more, therefore blue scatters more, therefore sky appears blue, then you have to start further, thinking further from there. Why? Why the shorter wavelength colors are scattered more? Why not the red? This is where the progress will start. This is where the unfolding of the things will happen. So, my dear students, I just want to create a curiosity building the questions like this. Now, if you are unstoppable in asking the questions, then your knowledge grows to infinite level. So therefore, start asking the questions. Stop muting yourself. Then life becomes more wonderful. Life becomes more colorful. Life carries lot of meaning. Life will not be a boredom for you. So start asking the questions. Why the sky appears blue? Why not green in color? Why only the shorter wavelength colors are scattered more? Even though the sky appears blue, the sunrise and the sunset appears orange reddish in color. Beautiful. It's a wonderful natural phenomena. We observe it, we enjoy it, we do everything. Oh, see how beautiful the sunrise is, how beautiful the sunset is. I don't know whether the people wake up so early in the morning to see the sunrise. And in this busy world, we have stopped looking at the sky. I don't know why. Whatever. Absolutely wonderful. The sunrise and the sunset. Look at this one. Then, do we think why? We enjoy, we forget. Think why. And these are the simple questions. And suppose if you go to your terrace on a clear night, cloudless night, look at the sky, there will be millions and millions of stars. And looking at that sky, do we think that who brought those stars there? What is this happening? And this young, curious minds should think, should follow this up. Then comes the real fun. So, did you ask why the earth is revolving around the sun? Did you ask yourself, what is this solar and lunar eclipse? Have you asked yourself or anybody why there are why the shape of the moon is something like that? Why there are craters in the moon? Is the moon revolving around the sun also? There are so many things we should bother of. We are not. Look at this one. We go to our classrooms every day, and the board of our classroom is either black or green in color. Why? Why it is so? What gives the color? Why it appears green in color? Or you might say it is coated with green paint or black paint or so. What is the mechanism? What is the physics behind it? Why the screen behind this board is appearing white? Yes. So, why? And that is the thing. Takes you long. If you start asking why, it takes you long. The journey becomes longer. I said, you will be unstoppable by asking the questions, only by asking the questions why. Ask the questions why to yourself, why to your parents, why. You'll get answers. Look at this one. Beautiful red rose. These roses are simply beautiful. They appear red in color. My question is, these roses appear red in color, always the color of rose will remain red. Suppose if you take the same rose to a room where there is only green color light or there is only blue color light, still they continue to appear in red? Check out your answer. Red rose appears red color in daylight, white light. The same rose is taken to a room where there is only green light, where there is only blue light. What will be the color of the rose then? Think of it. See, like this, and many other things. We have got answers for the above questions and thousands of questions like that in science and in physics particularly. So dear students, welcome to this wonderful branch of the life, which is the science. Science is the systematic study of some physical and natural world around us through proper experimentation and keen observation. So that is the systematic study. You should know that what science is. Generally people think that science is not for me. No, science is for everyone. It is actually simple. Only the thing is, you should have the mind to understand it. You should have the mind to follow it up. So the systematic study of the physical and natural world through some keen systematic observations, keen observations and experimentation that unfolds a different world to you. Of course, science has developed a lot from the beginning of the humans on the earth. It has now reached, it has come to so far. So, branches of science. See that science, to make ourselves convenient and easy, we have divided the science into different categories, different branches. We have got physics, chemistry, life science, science of earth, astrophysics, space science, study about the universe. There are many branches of science. So we have divided the science into different categories only to make our study easy, convenient, and go deeper in particular section. So therefore these are the different branches of science. And physics. And physics, it's a beauty. I keep telling this. Mathematics is full of tricks. Chemistry is a mystery. And biology is a kind of allergy. And only physics is like a music. And that too, who can comprehend physics, their life will be really wonderful. They won't need anybody to be surrounded by them. The physics, the laws of physics, the concepts of physics, the ideas of physics and the doubts, that itself is enough for the lifetime for them. Anyways, one cannot define physics very clearly. Physics is this, physics is that. Somebody say physics is the study of non-living things which helps the living things. Physics is the study of matter and energy and its equivalence. So generally we define physics to be a branch of science which deals with the study of nature and natural phenomena. So you might ask the question, do we have answer for all the questions that I pose? Maybe no, maybe not, but one fine day we will. There might be n number of questions which we do not know the answer. That doesn't mean science is a failure, physics is a failure. We are in the path of finding the answer, that's it. Okay, dear students, physics naturally deals with the natural laws, natural phenomena. It deals with the nature, study of nature. So we come across, as I told you, many things in physics, and even in physics, only to make ourselves convenient, comfortable, we have divided the physics into various branches. Because even physics itself is like a ocean, and the study of physics, entire physics, may not be possible for a single person, because we have got various fields, various parts of it. So, to have a look at some important branches, we have got the classical physics and the modern physics. This classical physics, it is the physics of the previous century. And the modern physics, whatever we have learnt, whatever that has been discovered, maybe after 1900, perhaps is the new physics, the modern physics. This classical physics, we may come across the scientists like Galileo, Archimedes, Newton, Maxwell, Faraday, so many others like that. But the new physics, which deals with the atomic and nuclear phenomena, also about the relativity, also about the quantum physics, maybe the scientists like Feynman, our famous scientist Einstein, and Stephen Hawking. There are many people who have contributed for the new physics. So, this classical physics, the physics of the older physics, older version, it again has been classified into mechanics, optics, thermodynamics, electrostatics, magnetostatics, electrodynamics, like that. There are many branches, of course, acoustics. As you all know, mechanics is something related with motion of a body. There again, mechanics has been classified into dynamics and kinematics. So, in that branch of kinematics and dynamics, we study how the bodies move, whether they are moving with high speed or low speed, whether they are moving with increasing speed or decreasing speed, increasing velocity or decreasing velocity, are they accelerating, how the body moves. And also we learn why the body moves in a separate division called dynamics. What makes the body move. Acoustics is the study of sound. Especially it is a combination of physics and engineering. Acoustics, the branch of physics which deals with the optimum reverberation of time. Optics, that is another wonderful branch of physics which deals with the study of light. You know that light is a form of energy which gives the sensation of vision. Light has got many properties associated with it. Say it undergoes reflection of light. It undergoes refraction. When the light goes from one medium to another medium of different densities, the velocity of the light ray changes, and therefore it appears to bend. It appears to change its direction. And we have got another wonderful phenomena like interference of light. Like we see the soap bubbles, the colored soap bubbles, that is due to interference of light. And diffraction, polarization. There are few other phenomena also associated with the light, maybe the photoelectric effect, Compton effect, Raman effect, scattering of light. Absolutely bliss. Wonderful. And thermodynamics, it is another branch where the Heat is converted into work. It deals with the interconversion of heat and work. For example, petrol engine, diesel engine, steam engine. See, we just sit on the car and we start and we go, we drive without thinking too much what is happening inside the engine. We sit on the bike, just kick it, start it, then just keep moving. Actually, there is lot of physics in it, there is lot of engineering in it. Electromagnetism. See, these are the basic various branches of classical physics. When it comes to modern physics, it deals with the atomic and nuclear physics. We go deep inside now. What the matter is made up of. It is made up of molecules and atoms. What the atom is made up of. Atom is made up of the central core called nucleus, and the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in different orbits. Now start asking the question what the nucleus is made up of. Nucleus is made up of neutrons and protons. What the neutrons are made up of. What the protons are made up of. What the electrons are made up of. Oh, yes. See, unstoppable really. Quantum physics, quantum mechanics, the motion of a microparticles. So, theory of relativity, Einstein's theory of relativity, so wonderful. See, dear students, lot many things are there. Now, let me just tell you one interesting thing about the force. Just look at the three figures over there. This guy A here, he comes and kicks the ball which is at rest, and by kicking the ball he is applying the force. Now the ball which was at rest started moving. Now this fellow B comes running from another direction, and he will just cross it in the sense he will just obstruct the flow of the ball. He will just block it, say. Now the ball which was moving in one direction, because of that obstruction, it starts moving in the other direction. What he did? He also applied the force. So B applied the force, the ball which was moving in one particular direction changed its direction. Now this guy C is holding the ball, is stopping the ball. To stop the ball again he has to apply the force. So in fact, all these three guys applied the force. A applied the force, the ball at rest started moving. B applied the force, the ball which was moving in one particular direction started moving in another direction. Now the C applied the force, the ball which was moving came to rest. So now you can tell very clearly that force is applied by A, B and also C. Force applied by A, the body at rest started moving. The force applied by B, body moving in one direction started moving in the other direction. Force applied by C, the body moving came to rest. So if you want to make the body move, if you want to make the body, stationary body to move, you have to apply force. That means by applying the force, there is a change in the state of rest. By applying the force, there is a change in the there is a change in the direction of motion. By applying the force, you can bring the body to rest. There is a change in the state of motion. So force changes the state of motion of a body. So force is a physical quantity which when applied changes the state of motion of a body. As simple as this. Now if you study the things like this, giving importance to understanding it, then definitely the definition or force in your lifetime you will never forget. Force can change the state of motion. So that means for a body at rest to move, force is required. For a body which is moving, force is required to stop it. So this is the force. Now force is a pull or a push. That is also another definition. And force can bring the change in the size and shape of the body. So force put together, these are the things that the force can do. Force can change the state of motion of a body. Force is a push or a pull. Force can bring the change in the size and shape of the body. So dear students, this is just to create a kind of interest, a kind of curiosity in you. I'll come up with more ideas, more concepts in the next session. Until then, have a nice time. Bye bye.